Hey guys, so today I am going to be doing my best reads of 2018. So I have 7 books to recommend to you, but 3 of them are standalones currently and the rest are series. So yeah, I'm gonna go from, if I had, they're all my best reads, but if I had to pick my very best one, it'll be the last book. So that's how it's gonna go. So the first series I have for you is the International Guy series by Audrey Carlan. There is going to be 12 books in this series. I do believe that the 10th one was just released in November, and I think the 11th one comes out soon. I want to say February, but I'm not sure. But this series follows this guy named Parker and his 2 teammates, business partners, Roe and what's his name? It starts with a B. I can't think of his name. Bo and I don't know. But it follows them. They basically own this company named International Guy, and they help people with their problems. So Parker is in charge of basically the self-image, making themselves feel better, stuff like that. Bo is the money man. No, I think he's the fashion guy. And then the last guy, which I can't remember his name, is the money maker. So he's in charge of the finances and stuff. I really wish that I could remember his name, because this is just gonna bug me now. But yeah, I don't know. So it follows them, and in every book they go to a different city. So the first one's Paris, so they meet Sophia. The second one's New York. They meet I can't remember her name now. Skylar's her name. And then it just continues. Each person that they go see has different problems, so it's always different. And then you also have his story, so there is a love interest in this book, so you end up following his love interest along with the entire series that is happening. And I do know that, because I have her on Facebook, and so this book is signed. She sent me a book plate for the holidays, so that was cool. I do know that her next project, I'm not sure if it's her next project, but one of her next projects, she is planning to take Wendy and Mick and tell their story, and it'll be her first BDSM erotica series, so that's gonna be really cool. But anyways, if you're interested in this series, I would highly recommend it. All of these are 5-star reads for me, so they're all gonna be recommended. So the first book is Paris, and then New York, Copenhagen, and then Milan, San Francisco, and Montreal, and then London, Berlin, and Washington. I don't remember what the last 3 are, but only one of them is out right now. But yeah, this is the volume 1, 2, and 3. You can also buy them individually, but I prefer them like this. So that's how I bought them. The next book that I'm going to recommend is a series, but I only own the first one right now. And that is Fighting for Everything by Kaye. This book is also signed. It was sent to me from Romance Video Book Box. If you didn't know that, I do a monthly Romance Reveal Book Box subscription, so every month they send me 4 books. They're always romance, so it's a good way to find new books. But yeah, this one, so this one was a friend retelling type thing. I'm just going to read you the back of it, because I'm not very good at explaining books, as you could see with International Guy. So, loving her is the biggest fight of his life. Home from the Marines, Noah Cortez has a secret he doesn't want his oldest friend, Christina Moore, to know. It kills him to push her away, especially when he's noticing just how sexy and confident she's become in his abstinence. But angry and full of fight, he's not the same man anymore either, which is why Warrior Fight Club sounds so good. Christina loves teaching, but she wants more out of life. She wants Noah, the boy she's crushed on and waited for. Except Noah is all man now, in ways both oh so good and troubling too. Still, she wants who he's become, every war-hardened itch. And when they finally stop fighting their attraction, it's everything Christina never dared hope for. But Noah is secretly spiraling, and when he lashes out, it's threatened what he and Christina have found. The Brotherhood of the Fight Club helps him confront his demons, but only Noah can convince the woman he loves that he's finally ready to fight for everything. So the second one is coming out... the second one is out. It's about Billy and somebody, I don't remember. And then the third book is called Fighting for Fire, and it is coming out January 29th. So you can read the first and second books now, and the third one comes out soon. So if you want to check out this series, it's a good time to do it. Okay. The next series I have for you is the Lotus House series by Audrey Carlan. This one has 7 books in it. I only own 5 of them. So Resisting Roots, Sacred Serenity, and then I think it would be Divine Desire, Limitless Love, Silent Sins, Intimate Intuition, and then Enlightened End. So that's them. I don't own books 3 and 4. I have read them all though. So these are a series that you can read as standalones. If you don't want to commit to reading all 7 books, you can just read them as standalones. They all take place within the same community of friends, but each book is about a different character. So this one is about Genevieve and a famous baseball player that got hurt and is needing to take rehab. The Lotus House is a yoga studio. So he goes in because he's forced to do yoga, and he wants to get in her pants, and it ends up turning into love. So that's what this book is about. Sacred Serenity is Dash and Amber. So Amber is like a sweet little virgin. She's actually Genevieve's neighbor, not neighbor. And Dash teaches the naked yoga. And he pursues her, and I can't tell you what Divine Desire and Limitless Love are because I don't own the books, so I don't remember. But like the second I read the names, I know what it's about. Enlightened End is about Grant and Rosie, shh. It doesn't say her name on here. I think it's, okay, Luna. I don't fully remember this one, because I think I've only read it once. So, received an eviction notice for Lotus House Yoga. Teaching yoga is all I've ever known. I've been doing tree pose since the age of 2. The studio is my home, my legacy. My mother and her best friend left Lotus House to me so that I could carry on spreading goodness and light to everyone who enters our door. Oh, okay. I remember this one now. So, I don't remember her name. I think it might be Crystal. But she owns Lotus House with one of her other friends. Both of their mothers left it to them. And then Grant is a businessman that wants to buy, like, the entire community where Lotus House is created and turn it into skyrise buildings. So she goes up to him and she's like, you can't steal my house from me, like, that's not cool. Or, like, not my house, my business from me. And, like, everywhere in this community is very, very successful. So, yeah. So it's like, it's a hate to love story, Enlightened End. Intimate Intuition is Silas and Dara. Okay, so Silas is a music producer. He's very famous. Yeah. And then Dara owns the bakery, which is in the same community as Lotus House. All of the girls, well, everyone from each book, one of them at least works at Lotus House. So that's how they're all connected. But, yeah, Dara owns the bakery. Silas is a movie producer. I can't tell you, but it's a one-night stand that turns into love. And then Silent Sins, oh, I did them backwards. This is number 7, and this is 6. This is 5. So number 5 is Nicholas and Honor. Okay, so Nicholas is the brother of one of the people that own Lotus House, and Honor is a lawyer. Honor needed somebody to... who's living with Honor? One of the people from Lotus House is living with Honor, so that's how they end up meeting. Honor was needing help moving or something, and then so Nathaniel came and helped her, and so it's kind of like, you know, he wants her really bad and she just wants like a one night stand. So, but yeah, it was a really, really good series. It was really sad to see it end, honestly, because I was with it from the beginning, and yeah, all good things must come to an end. The next series I have for you is Lessons from the Rack by Tara Sumi. So this is number 1. There's only 2 in the series as far as I know. So this is Master Professor, and then the second one is Headmaster. So in this one, basically the premises of these is, what's her name? Andy. Yeah, I don't know her boyfriend's name. Andy is, in love with this famous actor who is friends with the headmaster of the BDSM Academy, which basically trains people that pay for it to be trained how to be submissives or dominants, which is kind of strange, but yeah. And she wants to teach herself how to be submissive for her boyfriend, and he can't go with her because he has a movie or something that he has to film, so she goes alone, and yeah, she ends up falling for her teacher. So yeah, And then Headmaster is the headmaster of the school story, who he never participates in any of the lessons that go on, but then he's forced to because his students make him, basically. Because, or not the students, the teachers make him because they feel like he needs a woman. So yeah, I liked this one more than this one, but I still loved them both. It's a really, really good story. Check it out. The next series I have, this is the last series I have, and then I have 2 standalones. So the next series that I have to recommend, and the best reads of 2018 for me, are Seducing Lola, which is actually Girl Talk series by Jessica Prince. She is also a new author to me, and it was from Romance Reveal book box. So this one is about Sophia. She has 2 best friends, and they all run this radio show with where they work. I don't remember where they work, but yeah, so they all run that. And Sophia is basically one of those girls that's just like, I just want to have sex. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need a relationship. I don't need a man. I don't need anything. I just need sex. Once in a while. Not very often. And she's also really pretty. And then one day she ends up getting in a fight with the boss, I think it is. So she goes out for coffee and ends up running into who is the boss's son, I believe it is, and ends up spilling coffee all over her. And then it kind of leads to them getting together, but she doesn't want to be together. She just wants to have sex, and he wants her. So yeah, it was a really, really good book. Tempting Sophia is one of Lola's friends. This one, I believe, is a friends to lovers. Yeah, this is about Sophia, who was dating this guy. I don't remember his name, Dominic. He was a dick. He dumped her. I think he cheated on her. And then it's about them getting back together. It was a good story too. It wasn't my favorite one. I think I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars, but I'm recommending the series as a whole because I loved the rest of the series. I loved them all, but this was my least favorite out of the whole bunch. And then there's Enticing Daphne, which is the 3rd of her friends. So this one, I do believe that this is the one about Lola's brother. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's what I'm gonna go with. It's easy to stop believing in happily ever afters when the man you thought you'd spend the rest of your life with abandons you right before your wedding day. After that disastrous event, I decided that commitment was for suckers. I was young, successful, and in the prime of my life, and I didn't need a man to make me happy, until an unexpected blast from the past came waltzing into my studio and decided I was a challenge he was more than willing to accept. The only problem is that he doesn't remember he's met me before. He's the ultimate playboy, determined to stop at nothing until he entices the hell out of me. But if Caleb McConis thinks he can lure me in with his sinful looks and silver tongue, then he's probably right. Okay, so this was not the book that I was thinking of. It's actually this one, but this one was really good too. And then Charming Fiona is the one with Lola's brother. So Fiona is actually Lola's man's ex-girlfriend who was a bitch, and then they ended up becoming friends with her. And then she ended up falling for Lola's brother. So, yeah, it's a really, really cute and well done story. I would definitely check out this series. Yeah. Okay, 2 more books, guys. So the next book that I'm going to recommend to you is Unconscious Hearts by Harper Sloan, also from Romance Reveal book box. This one is called the Hearts of Vegas novel series, and the second one is being made, but we do not have a release date for it yet, but I'm very excited for it. So in this one, what is her name? Audrey owns a, sorry, my dogs are jumping on the bed. Audrey owns a store in Vegas which sells like brand name stuff like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, stuff like that, and she sells it to the public. So she'll buy stuff and then sell it to other people. Rosie, what are you doing? So yeah, and then him, what is his name? What is his name? I feel like it's like Daniel Thorne. I was way off. Okay, so Thorne is pretty rich, and he had a grandma that left him an entire house full of brand name things. So he goes up to Ari's store and he's like, I want to give you all this collection, but you have to come to this house and see it. So, because she won't buy it until she sees like the certification of like authenticity or whatever. So she's like, okay, fine, I'll meet you at whatever. So she goes and she sees it all and she's like, okay, I'll give you this much for it. And then they make this bet that he can sleep with her within like 30 seconds or something. And yeah, it's really well done. It's super cute. I feel like I didn't explain it very well, so I'm gonna read you the back. Ari Daniels didn't count on her whole world tumbling down. Around her, in a mess of shredded promises, broken love, and unbelievable heartache, alone and stricken with grief, she shouldered the blame and eventually closed her heart off, refusing to open it for another. After all, anytime she tried, guilt and regret were waiting in the wings to remind her how painful it was. A bet, and one steamy night with a stranger, forced Ari to confront all she's been hiding behind. She tries to move on, but he refuses to stand down, wanting what she is terrified to give, herself. This man may very well destroy her in the end, especially when it's clear he has his own demons. What happens when two broken souls come together, finally allowing themselves to believe in the beauty of love, only to have to fight harder than ever to keep it? So check this book out. It was really, really good. And then the last book I have for you is Look the Part by Julie Ann. I do know that Adora Romances also recommended this book on her Best of 2018 reads. She also gets Romance Reveal book box. If you check her out, she's really cool. She's one of my favorite YouTubers to watch for the Romance Reveal book boxes. So yeah, it's also signed. This one is about Flint, who is this guy. He is a businessman, but he's also like a lawyer. He owns this huge building full of like whatever. He rents out the floors to different businesses. And then Ellen is a music therapist. So she like teaches little kids and stuff how to play different instruments and use it as a therapy. And he didn't know this when he told her that she could have one of the floors. So she's like doing her thing the one day and he's like, what's that racket? And he like goes upstairs and he's like, you can't do that, like you're making too much noise, whatever. And he's like, I'm kicking you out. And she's like, you can't do that, I signed the lease, blah blah blah. So it like goes on. So essentially this book is a hate to love romance again. It was really well done. And I really loved both of the characters. I really wish that Julie Ann would make another book to this book, but she's not, unfortunately. Or at least not yet. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's a really, really cute and good book. I would definitely check it out. I'm going to read you the back of it. Flint Hopkins finds the perfect tenant to rent the space above his Minneapolis-based law office. All the T's are crossed and I's dotted on Ellie's application. Her references are good and she's easy on the eyes. Until Flint discovers Alan Rogers, board-certified music therapist, playing music. Bongos, guitars, singing, not Beethoven administered though. Noise-canceling headphones. The cutthroat attorney serves up an eviction notice to the bubbly, constantly humming redhead who's too sexy for her own good. But luck is on Ellen's side when Flint's autistic son, Harrison, takes an instant liking to her. A single dad can't compete with guitars and rats. Yes, she has pet rats. This woman, she's annoyingly happy with the constant need to touch him. Adjusting his tie, button his shirt, invading his space, and messing with his mind. Still, she must go. Their lust-hate relationship escalates into something beautiful and tragic. The sexy romantic comedy explores the things we want, the things we need, and the impossible decisions parents and children make to survive. So definitely check that out. So, guys, those were my best reads of 2018. I want to see if I can pick this up. So that's them. That's all of them. There's a lot. But, yeah, definitely check them out there. That works better. You can see them all. So yeah, I will be back later with a recommendation video because someone asked me if I would do one of those. So I will be doing one of those, and then from there we will see what happens. Bye guys!